Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. And today's episode is probably one of the most important episodes since the collapse of the Purple Team that is back and reformed. But in today's episode, we're going to be looking at colonization. Yes, you heard me right, colonization. We're already at that point. It feels like just yesterday when I started the series, but we're going to go ahead and get into it with some of the colonization. And we're actually going to start the colonization up here. The Purple Team is going to start colonizing. They were the ones who started the idea. Well, it was really Korea when they went across all these lakes. But they're going to continue it as they go up here and they start taking over. They start taking over these islands. And then this Purple Team gets all mad. But they get invaded, basically. Yeah, and their capital's taken, and they basically all fall over. And it just becomes part of Purple Team now. And we're at the point where they're pretty developed, so they can deal with this. And they're also going to go up here and find this area. And they're of course going to explore around it. It's, as we know, very cold up here, so they don't get very far. But they do set up some little civilizations over here. Colonize it a little bit. Don't do much though. Next, looks like we need to add that little area. Next, they're going to invade this country, and they pretty much just fall over. And in the peace treaty, they basically take all of that area. But I don't think we have provinces in this area, do we? No, we don't really have them. The provinces aren't updated. I need to do that. But they give some over to the English Channel area. They don't... Expansion, colonization anyway, can't really take off as much. They already have a ton of land up here, so they don't want to be getting too much. Now, other countries are starting to get the idea of this. So next, naturally, we see the Cyan Team's alliance. So that means we're going to see these in basically groups. We're going to see we're going to look at the Yellow Team. They're going to colonize. Then I'm going to have the Mediterranean country, very, very strong country, basically, colonize the Cyan Team and then the Lime Team, and then we'll go from there. But the Yellow Team has decided to colonize. So, they're going to start off with taking over the Italian Team. Fully annex into their country. There isn't even anything about it. For colonization, they're actually going to be the ones who take over the English Channel country. And they're gonna, so they fully incorporate it into their territory. So this is all theirs now. And they're also going to expand some. And they invade this country down here a little bit, but they kind of stop. Yeah, the provinces are very backed up right now. There's none. Meanwhile, the rest of this, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Mediterranean country. They end up taking over all the yellow country right here, and all of the gold country. Go to their capitals, and there we go. There's some colonization over there. Next, we also see them invading this country right here, the Northern Gibraltar Team. They fully fall over to them, and that's going to be the colonization for them today. We do see the Yellow Team actually meeting up with the British team. Or I guess it's more of Ireland. Would that be Ireland? I'm not sure, but they kind of get encompassed, and they take a little bit of land from them. They were allowed to survive, and they're going to continue going up north. And there's tons of explorers in the area now. So all this area is getting explored. And it's getting explored very fast. And they're even exploring up Norway, and they find these islands. Meanwhile, down here, we're not going to see anything really much. Mediterranean country does not bother going through Gibraltar. They're actually on pretty good ordeals right now. Go to the alliance, yeah. They're part of this alliance. As we know, Italy was part of this alliance, and there's a whole thing. We're disabling the Star Alliance, though. So the Star Alliance is all gone. Down here, the Rectangle Alliance is going to stay the same. Diamond Alliance is going to stay the same. Are these guys a part of the Rectangle Alliance? It looks like they are. That doesn't seem right. These guys are part of the Diamond Alliance. We're going to move these guys from there. And, yeah, we're going to basically revamp the entire alliance system. And now we're going to add a new alliance, the Parallelogram Alliance. And it's between the pink team, the dark red team, this light green team, and, of course, the purple team. That look better. Yeah. So there we have the parallelogram teams. That's that whole team. Diamond Alliance is going to continue to get that member. I'm going to change these guys. Diamond Alliances, I'm going to make it bigger for the Peach team because they are massive now. These guys on the Square Alliance, I think they make their own alliance. And with this, I would say, by this point, we probably see, we already have a Circle Alliance. So this will be the Triangle Alliance. It'll include the Cyan team, and the Purple-Orange team union. And then, of course, themselves. The Circle team will stay the same as well. So those are our alliances now. All of the Indian Ocean, all the big countries in the Indian Ocean are basically there in some sort of alliance. But now, let's take a look back up on the colonization. Next up, we actually see, we're going to take a break from more of the Northern Indian Sea. We actually see the Hot Pink country taking over the capital of this country and all these islands. They're fully incorporated into their country, though, now. They are left down here, though, so we just gotta move their capital down to here. Call it good. And there we go. We need to change that a little bit. So there we go. They're in new capital, and they're forced downwards. We do have to get rid of their old capital, though. And that's all of the colonization we're going to see from them now. Now we're going to take a look at the Peach team. And with their... Oh, no. Let's do the Cyan team, the Dark Cyan team. We'll start up north. With their newfound, kind of areas, we actually see, at this point, all these guys they're sort of getting their own areas. So, they're going to hold a conference, sort of like the Border for Berlin conference. But this time, the conference is held down here. Or no, we're going to have it held in the blue team's capital. No, the green team. Well, yeah, green team. That would make sense. So, is it the green team conference? And now we're going to go ahead and see the full thing of the... So, this is the first part of the conference, and it discusses the Diamond Alliance, or at least the some of the biggest powers. Of course, we know the Diamond Alliance is the strongest alliance. We already seen the Mediterranean country. They've gotten their share. That's all they want for now. But now we see the Cyan team, the Lion team, and the Peach team get a share. This guy, whatever you want to call him, he doesn't want to colonize. I mean, he's fine with the idea of colonizing, but he can't. He doesn't really border the sea, the African Sea, so he can't. So he isn't really included. But in that first part, we see that first the Cyan team claims all of this area. The Lion team claims this little area, and the Peach team claims this area for now. And that is going to be the first part of it. We're not going to give them their things yet because some other people might claim it. But let's go ahead and see the second part of it. And this is going to discuss the Rectangle Alliance. So this is part 2, 3, and 4. So this is like the whole conference, at least the first one. And we're just going to go ahead and get started over here. The green team claims all this area. Meanwhile, the red team claims this area. The Cyan team claims this whole area, as we discussed, and all this. The Peach team just claimed this area, which was brand new. Meanwhile, we're going to go up here where the blue team claims this area, the Black Sea. And the green team claims these islands, but the Cyan team also claims 2 of them. Next, we have over here, the green team claims the northern part of Korea. Meanwhile, the Cyan team claims the southern part. The purple team has an overlapping claim with the Cyan team of 2. Oh, and I forgot to draw in that the Cyan team has an overlapping claim with the green team. Meanwhile, the gray team has 2 claims right here, and the light red team has a claim over here. So that's the whole area. Starting off, all this area is going to... that's not the right color. All this area falls over to the the light red team, and they're also going to invade into this area of this little orange green team. Next, there's not really any free area that anyone's claimed, so they're gonna have to attack countries now. So we're gonna start off with the blue team. They go ahead and go up here, and they attack these guys. Compared to the colonial might of everybody else, they fall very fast. So now it's done by the blue team. Meanwhile, over here, the green team has declared war on this team, and the red team has at the same time. And yeah, they're gone. The Gibraltar is gone. And it is split by the red team and the green team. Meanwhile, the red team declares war on this other country, and it takes their capital. Doesn't go any farther than that. Only takes what it claimed. So they're going to have to move their capital. And they decide that they're going to be smart, and they're going to put it in the middle of nowhere. Because they news had already heard of them, of the claims, like they're in like newspapers or whatever. So they moved their capital city to a place where they wouldn't be bothered by the Dark Cyan team. Speaking of the Dark Cyan team, they have just invaded into them as well. And they made a landing there. They also made a landing into this country. I'm gonna make this a lot easier for me to color in. This is how much, yeah, this is how strong they are. These guys are. And they also take the land that they claimed from these guys. Nothing too big there. The Lime team, they're not as strong. So it's a lot slower for them. They eventually do take it all, though. And we have to remove the capital of these guys and place them back down in here. So a lot of these empires are getting just blown apart, basically. Down here, the peach team makes an impressive sweep and across all this area, taking over that country after the next, country after country, until eventually taking it all over. I'm gonna get rid of these capitals. Meanwhile, down here, we also see them, yeah, we see them also. We see them. We see them taking over all these areas. Their capital is now hereby gone. And we're also gonna, yeah, they don't have any major cities, so we're gonna have to create one. And they move their major city down. So this is what we have on the African coast. These are all the colonies that have been made so far. Right about this time, we also see a new colony that's going to be popping up. Go to that capital I saw. Oops. And that said country is going to be down here, right off the coast of Colombia. No one really knows how they formed. They're just here. And eventually they're going to take over some of this area. And their religion is a strange one. They have all these like superstitions, and they have a whole book of prophecies and stuff like that. And so they have all that. We're gonna add a major city here. Boop, boop, boop. And then, of course, their capital. And there we go. So there is our Colombian country. And the Mexicans know about the Colombians. Next, we need to look up here. The green team is going to go ahead and declare war on Korea and take over all this land. Oops. There we go. They have captured it. Down here, we're gonna leave the disputed territories for a while. Over here, however, the green team is gonna go ahead and, of course, invade in, taking all of their claimed land from Korea, and then, of course, taking all of this land in the north. We're gonna leave. They're gonna go ahead and take over this little claim, but they're gonna give the Cyan team a little piece of land here. Speaking of the Cyan team, they have moved in, and they have started taking over this area. Take over all their claim over there. They take over the main Korean capital and force it down. They don't go past the claim to board the disputed territory with the purple team. Purple team has arrived by now. That's not good. And they go ahead and take over their whole claim. Up here, they basically sort out an agreement that gives them, the purple team, these areas. And it gives the Cyan team these areas. And that's great. And now Korea is looking like Japan. And they have one capital, they have one city left. And that's going to have to, of course, be their capital. Now we're going to move down once again into the Chinese team. The Chinese team hasn't had all their territory taken over, but they've had a lot of the territory that mattered being taken over. So a lot of this area just falls. So that is the everywhere, besides for the disputed territories up here. Cyan team, basically the southern one is going to be taken over by the green team. The northern one, however, is going to be split between them, as they both take half the island for themselves. And that is the end to the colonization update of today. Next episode, we're going to be seeing a lot more colonization, a lot more different stuff, the countries invading other countries. This episode's been very chaotic, a lot of colonization, but I really hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.